Hi there, it's Metaverse Zing. Welcome back to the channel. I feel very proud to announce that our group has started a new community node in the Bancários neighborhood in Rio de Janeiro. Before I talk more about the node, I'll briefly talk about who we are and what we have done so far. We started with Boystown neighborhood in Chicago. It's a small neighborhood with just 316 properties. This was our first node and it's also our headquarter node. That means this will be the primary residence for most of us. We've got some really amazing people here. If I show you the list, you'll recognize most of them. We've got K Twice, he's one of the co-founders of Upex.world. We've got me, TF Media, Big Nick, he has an NFLPA shop, Ragnar, Busterworth, he just goes all in wherever he is. We've got George Hurst, Kevin the Man, we've got Daddy LC, Your Prince, Loki, Oh Hell Nah, MC Halley, he's from Century City. We've got Tosshead, the amazing designer, iChris, the founder of UpexLand.me, Jocelyn, More Cheese from Wine and Cheese, Loki Moody 313. You remember Loki Moody probably from the chat. He's Ice Lord in general chat. 313 Grind, MRFR from Portage Park, RD Piper with a lot of spark. I think about 14 or 15 spark. Padafi, HK2K, Moch22 Moji, Brownouts, Joe Lives, Toms 81, GPU Chat, Floki Loki, Haikata, Shaktalin from Century City again, and also involved in a couple more projects. Human Sim, you probably know him as Banana, I guess, and Dog Romeo. Again, one of the amazing players in Upland. You know, we're also listed in the Upland community directory. All you have to do is go to upland.me/community-directory and scroll down to the bottom where the last one's there in the cities and neighborhoods, and that's Boystown. You can ignore the description. I did not realize that they'll put it up out there. I thought it was more for an internal review, but it wasn't. Lastly, if you want to join our Discord server, all you have to do is just click learn more and it takes you to our Discord server. Coming back to Boystown, so far we own 63% of the neighborhood and have already built structures on 26% of the properties. Our goal has always been to build the largest structure possible, and that's why you'll see a lot of apartments as well as townhouses. We're trying to maximize the space and eventually the living units. And that's not it. We even incentivize members who build in Boystown. There's a very interesting collection-like concept where we reward people based on the number of living units they have created. To give you an example of living units, one small townhouse gives you 1 living unit, a regular townhouse gives you 3 living units, and an apartment gives you 8 living units. So if you're building an apartment, you automatically get 8 living units. If you build a small townhouse, you get just 1. And now anybody who has at least 1 living unit in Boystown will be eligible for a standard NFT. We've got 160 minutes of that. If you've got 3 living units, for example, you probably either built 3 small townhouses or 1 regular townhouse. Then you have 3 living units and then you get a limited NFT. And then if you have 8 living units, you get an exclusive NFT. With 16, you get rare, and with 30 or higher, you get ultra rare. So if you've hit 30 living units, you're eligible for all of these NFTs. I'll show you the NFTs as well. So this one is a standard NFT which you get after you've got 1 living unit in Boystown. So this one is the map of Boystown in Chicago, and it has the rainbow colors because Boystown was the first officially recognized LGBTQ village in the US, and that's why we wanted to give a tribute to the LGBTQ community, and that's why this NFT. Moving on to the limited one, you get a limited NFT if you've got 3 living units in Boystown. So yes, you get this hand-drawn llama, Miles the llama, and again there's a rainbow flag behind it. Again, just a tribute to the LGBTQ community. Moving on to the exclusive collection. So if you've got 8 living units in Boystown, you're eligible for the exclusive collection. Again, it's Miles the llama with a hammer because he's trying to build a structure in Boystown, and there's the flag. Next up is a rare collection. You get this one if you've got 16 living units in Boystown. So, you know, probably say 5 regular townhouses and 1 small townhouse, or maybe 2 apartments. This one is more like a GIF, so yes, it goes on and off. Next one is the ultra rare collection, which you get if you've got 30 living units. We've only got 10 minutes of these, so anybody who's got 30 living units will be eligible for this. Again, very special because it's the Boystown pylon, and all of the colors, the rainbow colors, are moving up and down just to give it a more jiffy look. All of these NFTs are designed by Aku. She's our official Boystown designer. Really an amazing designer, did all of it from scratch, didn't copy any element from anywhere, so real good work. For example, this Miles the llama or this building, all of it is hand drawn on an iPad, didn't copy it from anywhere. So really an amazing designer. You can find her in our Discord server. She goes by the name Aku. So good work, Aku. We also have a URL sanctioned racetrack in Boystown. It goes somewhat like this along the Boystown border. So in a way, we're also developing the area outside of Boystown. If you want to learn more about the racetrack, you can find us in the URL server, it's here, or you can also find us in our server and get to the respective racetrack channel. We're also working on some racing NFTs for members who are building structures on the racetrack. These will be announced soon. Okay, back to Bancários. Did you know Bancários means bankers in Portuguese? Given we're all investors here and we all want to make money, the name is somewhat relevant to us. Apart from the name, there are a couple more reasons why we picked Bancários as our node extension. Number one, our HQ node Boystown has only 316 properties, so we can't have more than 316 active members at any point. Also, the floor of Boystown right now is around 150,000 UPEX, so it's kind of difficult for many to get in. It kind of made sense to expand our node to another neighborhood where the entry barrier was much smaller. With Bancários, we're able to add 1100 new properties, which means more active members can participate in the node. As the Rio node develops, it'll also increase the net worth of each of these node members, which will eventually help them buy properties in our Boystown node, the HQ node. Number two, Bancários is perfect for racing. We've got this long drag strip, we've got these curvy roads, which are perfect for sprint as well as circuit. So it's really going to be very interesting. We've already designed our racetracks. We have one drag strip, we have a sprint that goes along this area, and we also have a circuit track, which covers most of these curvy roads. The idea was to maximize the overall coverage so that more properties get covered in one of these racetracks. So chances are you probably already have your property in one of the racetracks. To learn more, go to the Discord server, our Discord server, and you can just see the racetrack details in here. Number three, it has two shorelines, one at this end and the other one at this one. So yes, when the boats eventually come, some of us will have somewhere to park them. Number four, the USD and UPEX floor is very cheap right now, which allows more people to participate in the node. I think the floor was around 11,000 or 12,000 last week. This week, it's slightly at about 15,000. As the node gets more awareness, more visibility, the floor will probably spike up to 20,000 and maybe 25,000. So buy while it's still cheap. Number five, speaking of entry, Bancários has only 17% FSA, which meant more people could mint properties here. Also because FSAs have a restriction of 2 sales per week. And since we have lesser number of FSAs, that meant more people could buy properties in the secondary marketplace. Number six, we're building an open to all community in our node network. You know, Boystown was the first officially recognized LGBTQ village in the US. Taking inspiration from that, what we're building in Boystown and Bancários is a community of no discrimination and no bias. Having one node in each continent is a step toward that. Rio seemed like a perfect choice in South America. It's the genesis city of the continent. People are already hyped about Rio. And personal opinion, I feel Rio is definitely one of the 3 best cities in the continent. Lastly, the Bancários neighborhood has a very interesting pistol-like shape. So if I rotate it a bit, you'll see the pistol. Do you see the pistol now? Right now, we're gathering people who own properties in Bancários or would be willing to buy. As of now, we own 40.3% of the node, which is very impressive given the size of the neighborhood. What's next? We're trying to increase our ownership to 50% now. That's our number one goal. We already are at 40.3%, so not too far. Second, we'll start building structures soon. That's going to be very important if we want our racetracks to be sanctioned. Lastly, we're also going to work on the NFT designs for the Bancários node. Right now, we're just wrapping up the racetrack NFTs for Boystown. Once we're done with that, we'll quickly jump up to the Bancários node NFTs and we'll soon distribute them to the members. If you haven't got any properties in Bancários yet, it's not too late. The UPEX floor is 15,650 UPEX right now. Then it jumps to 16,000 and a couple of 16,250 and 750. Then it directly jumps to 17,000 UPEX. So if you're really interested, I would say now's a good time to buy. Once we hit 50% ownership and we keep acquiring more of the neighborhood, the prices will definitely jack up and it'll probably end up at 20,000 or 25,000 UPEX in no time. If you do end up buying in Bancários, just join our server and let me know your username and count. I'll add you to the list. If you have any questions, just drop them in the comments or you can ask us in our Discord server. Can't wait to see you in the node. Thanks for watching. Bye.